Hey everybody, I'm Eva. Thanks for joining. Today's video is a tag video, and this tag was created by Fashionably Amy and Kat L, and I was tagged by Jessie Style. Of course, I'll have all their videos linked below in case you haven't seen them yet. The idea behind this tag is to choose the 10 luxury bags in your collection that you would keep or that you need for this year. So I'm thinking of it as if I were moving and I had to significantly downsize, which 10 bags from my collection would I take with me? So these are the 10 bags that have made it on today's list. Or I guess another way of saying it is that these are the top 10 from my collection. So let's get started. So I think we're starting off strong here with a Chanel bag. So this is a Chanel bag that I bought for myself for my 50th birthday. So this is a vintage bag. It has the nickname, the Chanel Kelly. I think the proper name was Chanel Flap with top handle. It's very similar to the Coco top handle, although it has a slightly different shape, and this top handle is cushioned. It's in the caviar leather and it has the silver hardware. I really like the shape and proportion of this bag, although it also came in a larger size. And I love this huge back pocket on the back of the bag. I think that's really cool, and I can put my phone in there if I want to put it away. Inside the bag, it's leather lined. This is the one that has the black leather, but it's very ample. It holds everything I need. So yes, even though I don't use this bag as often as some of the others that I'm going to show you today, for me, this is definitely one of my top 10. And now we're moving on to Goyard. This is the Goyard bag that I bought in the New York store earlier this year. The name of this bag is the Belharra PM, and it was part of their seasonal garden collection. So you can see it has this beautiful floral interior. This is in the color fuchsia, which is one of their special edition colors for this year in 2025. I feel so lucky to have been able to get this bag just because of the timing. I happened to be in New York this year for a choral festival at Carnegie Hall. I'll have that vlog below in case you would like to see more about that. And I just had good timing that Goyard had released the special edition bag with the fuchsia color and the floral interior because I really love it. It's quite easy to use because it's just an open bucket style, but having the top handle and the crossbody option makes it very versatile. So for me, this is definitely one of my top choices, not only because of the fuchsia color, but also because of the style of the bag, because I really like it. The third bag that made it onto my top 10 list is this. This is the mini Rodeo, and I have been loving this bag specifically because of the leather. Balenciaga calls this cowboy leather. It is vegetable tanned lambskin, and this is actually my bag of the day. This is what I've been carrying actually for the last 2 days, and you can see how I've got it packed up here. So it has these two compartments, and I always wear mine closed like this because it kind of gives that mini Kelly look to me, or Kelly 25, and that's one of the reasons I was drawn to this bag besides the fact that this is incredible leather. So I never use this internal clasp to close the bag. I just don't care for that look, especially on this size bag. There are two little pockets here on the back. I've got it decorated here with a clochette that came with the bag. I've got it wrapped around several times because it's significantly longer than the length of the bag. And then I also added my own charm here with these wooden beads. Okay, moving on to another top handle bag. This is the Bottega Veneta handle bag, and I really think this is a fun and unusual bag. The weaving on this intrecciato is just a little bit different because it's like a thicker, puffier kind of leather that they use here for the weaving. But I like it. It's wearing very well so far. I found that I really like to wear this bag here in the crook of my arm, and it's so easy to pay for things when you're up at the register because you just click that and it falls open and you don't like have to take it off or anything. So this is what it looks like down inside the bag. There's no lining, it's just the other side of the leather. And then it clips closed like this. It does come with this strap here. This is not long enough for crossbody, but if you wanted to throw it over your shoulder to have your hands free for something quick, then that works for me. In general, it works really well here just to keep in the crook of my arm. The features on this bag are so interesting to me in the way that it's designed because it has this frame top, but the rest of the bag is quite squishy and it's not structured. So it has a combination of being structured on the top and not structured on the bottom. Okay, now moving on to the YSL Puffer. This bag, I love it so much. It's the squishiness of the pillow nature of this lambskin. The leather on this bag and also the leather on that mini Rodeo that I showed you a few minutes ago. These are two of my very favorite leathers, that because of the tactile touch, it just feels so good to touch. This puffer is in the size small. I used to have this bag in the size medium, but it was just a little bit too big for me. I love this size. So this size is much more practical, even though I really loved touching and squishing the size of the medium even more. I would prefer to have a different color on the interior, but it does open up pretty wide here, as you can see, so it is easy to see your things down in there. Okay, so next is another black bag. This is my Loewe Puzzle bag here in the size medium, special edition with all of these zippers around. And the zippers outline the shape of the puzzle, which I think is super cool. Only one of the zippers is actually functional, you know, on the exterior anyway. And it's this one here on the back of the bag, because you have this little pocket here. This is an older style from Loewe, so you can see that it's one of the ones that came with feet. And I love the crossbody strap that comes on these older puzzle bags, because they don't have that extra flyaway. You know what I mean? When you adjust the length and then there's some extra left over. This all stays together here in this particular design. I've shown this bag recently, and I was talking about the opening of this size medium compared to this size small. And this is what I prefer now in terms of a Loewe puzzle. This size works really well for me. It's just easier to get in there, see your things, and I like this slouch a lot on the larger size. If you watched my channel before, then you will not be surprised at all to see me pull out my Hermes Birkin. This is in the size 30. It is Togo leather, and the color of this leather is cobalt, and it has the palladium hardware. I have this decorated with the clochette that came with the bag, and also with this Hermes Petite H charm, which I thought looked really good on here. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this bag. I've had it for about a year now. This is my Zumoni organizer, by the way. I always have my Zumoni discount code in the description box. So I was saying I've had this for about a year now, and if you're interested in a video specifically about my first year reflection on owning a Birkin, then just let me know in the comments below. So this is the newest luxury bag to my collection. This is the YSL Downtown Baby Cabas bag. And as you can see, it's in a raffia material. I did mention in the video where I revealed this bag that I had been wanting it for a couple of years and been looking for it on and off, and kept trying to talk myself out of wanting it, but that never worked. So now that I have it and found it in such great condition, I am not going to part with it. You know, if I had to downsize and move somewhere with less storage. It comes with this strap here, and like I said, it's in great condition. It's so clean. I love the winged shape on this bag. It's super fun here, you know, to wear it in the crook of your arm. But like I said, I had looked for it on and off, and I never found one in this great condition. So it was great condition and a great price. So when I saw this one, I really jumped on it. And now that I have it in my collection, it is staying. So that's why it's on my list of top 10. And going off that theme of summer bags, I'm including a Coach bag. So this is a remake of one of the vintage Coach styles, the Willis, but this is in the mini size, and obviously it's made with a wicker and leather combination. So this is Coach's chalk color, which is a beautiful creamy off-white, and I just adore this little bag. Here's a shot of the interior. It comes with this little strap here, but it has a really nice pretty floral interior, which I think is lovely. And look at the little teeny tiny turn lock. I just love that feature. So this is definitely one that I wouldn't want to give up. I want to have it in my collection now and moving forward, because I just think it's very special. It's a collector's piece, and I know it would be quite hard to find it again, especially in this great condition. And then the last bag on my top 10 is also a Coach bag, but this time it's vintage Coach. This is my vintage Coach Winnie bag, and it's on the same design principles as the Willis, which I mentioned earlier, with having a dowel at the top of the bag and a little top handle. But this is made out of this incredible vintage Coach leather. It's so sturdy yet flexible. I mean, it's just very robust. And many times people can get Coach bags that are in pretty bad condition, vintage Coach, and recondition them and work with them to bring them back to life. This Winnie has a great back pocket and it has a really good depth to it. So this carries a lot for it being a mini bag. The vintage Coach Winnie bag is quite rare. Coach only made it for 1 year. So it is very special to collectors to be able to find one. And when I got this one, I knew that I had a treasure because it's in great condition. You can see the suede lining inside. So this is definitely one of my all-time favorite bags. It makes my top 10 and I am not leaving it behind in any way, shape, form, or capacity. It is gonna move with me. It is gonna stay with me. It is something that I will need to have forever. Let's say it's a forever bag for me. Okay, so those are my top 10 bags, mostly luxury, a contemporary Coach, and a vintage Coach. Let me know if any of those choices surprised you. And if you're a content creator and would like to make your own version of your top 10 luxury bags, then please feel free to do so. I'll tag some creators below, but feel free to make your version of this video. As a reminder, check out the videos linked below from Fashionably Amy and Kat L, who started the tag, and also Jessie Style, who tagged me to create this one. Thanks, Jess, for the tag. All right, you take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.